Let's talk about the rookies, specifically this guy. This is Payton Tolle. We're going to talk about Jonah Tong, and we're going to talk about Nolan McClean of the Mets. I want to go a little bit breakdown of these rookie pitchers and their great stuff and what type of guy they are and give you a little primer on whether or not I think they have an opportunity for sustained success.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
Before we jump in, because I would like to do Tolle first, I want to give a shout out to this man for his presser. He said when they came out to get him, he turned around to everybody and said, "Hey, I just want to let you guys know that you guys are really cool." And that was one of the best things that I've ever seen. As someone who did not internalize how much joy they had playing game, I grew up showing emotion a lot to the point where it was embarrassing for me. And also my dad shows emotion and was not very happy when I struggled sometimes and was very not happy when I showed emotion out on the mound. But I definitely we both had that in common. And that became a big part of how I saw the game. And so basically a lot of my effort from when I was basically 11 years old was keeping the emotions in check, really just pushing it down, keeping it in a ball, just holding it, right? Or that's the way I learned to do it. Was it the healthiest way? No, but it is the way I learned to do it. So I used to channel that in different ways. But what happened was when I got to the major leagues, that combined with the fact that you see veterans, they go, act like you've been here before. Don't show off. Don't be a showboat. When that happened, I took that to mean keep your emotions bottled up. So what I would do is I'd bottle them up and then I'd use that kind of like energy to pitch. And that's when I got good. But I still wasn't enjoying the game near as much as I could. To the point where I stopped enjoying it completely. It wasn't I was just relieved when I was done that I didn't have to do that anymore. As opposed to I was enjoying playing well, I was relieved I didn't play bad. Which sucks a lot. And that didn't really change until my last year playing at all. That's on me, honestly. This is stuff you can work on. Like, this is all just happening to me. It wasn't done to me. I could have realized and then found a way to work on it at any point. I just didn't. But what he showed me was he didn't have that. And he doesn't have to act like he's been there because he hasn't been there. And so he's enjoying himself, and that made me I lived vicariously through him, that's sick. And I love that he's having a good time, and I think that there's a very good chance that he's gonna play well moving forward because there's a level of comfort there. He was vulnerable with his buddy, it's funny, he said it, and then you see in the video of it, and you can see Trevor's story be like, we are pretty cool, aren't we? Thanks, man. Thanks for the reminder that this is cool. I don't know. Maybe I was projecting, but it looks sick. But let's talk about Tolle. Let's talk about what he does well, and what type of pitcher he is moving forward, because this guy is a monster of a human being. So this is Payton Tolle, 6'6", 250, drafted second round last year. His bat, pretty good. TCU, classic TCU guy, just comes at you with the flames. He's a high ride fastball guy, high 90s, lefty, but it's basically four-seam cutter. And he throws a changeup, he throws a slider, he mixes them in. They're kind of wrinkle pitches, but he's coming downhill thunder right at your face.
In the face! In the face!
Right at your bush. So 96, 97, and getting swings and misses. High ride, got a nice true backspin four-seam, slightly supinated. That's solid. The vert, average of 16.3 inches of vert. Not bad, not the craziest, but it is well above average, and he throws hard enough to kind of negate that. I don't think he actually throws a sinker. I think this was an accident. It's funny, his sinker dropped as much as his four-seam, which tells me it was a four-seam. And then he throws a little slider. It's whatever. It's okay. And one curveball, which was probably also a slider. Yeah, it was. So this is a misread curveball, slider. This curveball was a slider, and this sinker was actually a four-seam fastball. So he is a cutter, four-seam changeup guy. This cutter's more of a slider. So I think there's something here. Now, what we need to see from him is his changeup and how his changeup is going to develop over time. But for now, his fastball is going to carry him. He's going to be a heavy, hard breaking ball, hard fastball. You may have heard of another Boston Red Sox who does this by the name of Garrett Crochet. He throws his hard cutter and his fastball. Those are his go-to pitches, and Payton Tolle is following right along in those footsteps. Let me see this extension. 99th percentile in extension. So that 16 inches of ride doesn't matter because he is releasing the ball this close to your face. And when you have that much time, basically his 97 looks like 100. So he's filthy. But he's not filthy in a movement way. He's filthy in a coming right at you way. And we saw that by the celebration on his face. If his command holds up, he will find success. It's just about commanding those two pitches and basically just copying what Garrett Crochet does. If he does that, he will be very good. And I think the Boston Red Sox are in for, at least their fans are in for quite a treat watching Payton Tolle throw in the future. I think ceiling, Garrett Crochet, it's entirely possible that he develops in that way because he does have that type of electric power stuff. And this same stuff was said about Garrett Crochet when he came up, and he didn't even have that cutter. So if that's what you get, that's what you get. All right. If you guys were wondering, the garbage is being picked up right now. Are you done?
Who are you? You miserable jerk with no talent. Sucker, you suck.
I'm gonna let him move on.
You're no talent. You really had talent, so practice.
Editor, have some fun with that. Anyway, what a day we're having. All right, let's do the next one. Let's talk about Jonah Tong. I love this guy. Jonah Tong, guy came out of nowhere. He is the Mets' new phenom, 6'1", 180, 22. Came out of high school. So he's a 2022 draft pick, 7th rounder. Like he wasn't, this guy kind of developed into this.
A damn fine.
But one thing that's really impressive about him, his extension. He's 92nd percentile in extension as a 6'1" guy. His average fastball too, he throws very hard, mid 90s, 95 on average. He's only had one start, but he's 95 to 97 is what I've seen him in the minors. One thing he did do in the minors, he struck out over 170 guys in less than 120 innings. I guess we're backing up now. I'm literally gonna go see. Be right back.
You're everything that's gone wrong in this world.
Thank you.
How do you think you are?
Wow, this is professional. Anyway, I told him to get leave, so we're good. Okay, Jonah Tong. He also reminds me of a guy that was at University of Washington when I almost said pledging. I was going to say pledging, and I just said it twice. When I was committed to go there, and that is Tim Lincecum. Now, he has mentioned in the past that is something he does on purpose. That is a guy who has inspired him to throw the way he throws and have his weird mechanics. Now, what he does really interesting is he hides the ball behind his body really well. He's a really high arm slot, 64 degrees. Now, to put that in perspective, Felix Bautista, who is straight over the top, is 66 degrees. That's slightly lower that's like a Nick Pivetta range, okay? With that high arm slot, the assumption from a hitter is going to be that this ball is gonna go down. And he is a north to south guy, don't get me wrong, but his north to south repertoire is pretty impressive. Now, you might see something here. This is average for guys with his arm slot in terms of movement. He's way above it. Way above it in a way that is actually pretty disgusting. Okay, so like look at the movement differences between this guy's two best pitches. I love this so much. Okay, movement profile. Let's talk about vertical drop, four-seam fastball. 9.3 inches of vertical drop. That is insanity. That is probably the lowest drop in the league. That is 21.4 inches of vert on average. So his ball defies gravity better than anybody's fastball, probably in the league. He's got to be top 3. There's no way. That's better than Alex Vesia. Like, that is incredible. Can this truck leave? That is driving me crazy.
Mediocre nothing.
Why are they coming back?
I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the f*** are you?
Okay, I think I left. Okay, dude. Jonah Tong. Editor, start again. Okay, four-seam fastball, the highest ride in the league, 100%. Now look at the curveball, 63.4 inches of drop. That is negative 17. The difference between these two pitches is 38.5 inches. So basically, his fastball and his curveball are a difference of over 3 feet. 3 feet. That is this much.
It's a foot massage.
And they look the same for a certain amount of time. And then he has the changeup. He throws the Fosh changeup. Now, if you don't know what a Fosh is, I don't have a ball on here, but it is the Vulcan change. It means you split the ball like this, and you throw a splitter, but with these two fingers, not these two fingers. What that does is it slows the changeup down a lot, but it moves like a splitter. It goes down. His doesn't actually move that much down, but it does have a lot of arm side run. So it kind of functions like a steam shifter changeup, except it spins really slowly. So now he has these 3 pitches. One that goes boom, one that goes boom, and then one goes boom. That is quite the arsenal, and that is how you strike out 50 more guys than you have innings in the minor leagues. And I think this right here is elite stuff. It's elite, and he throws hard. and he has good extension. So if the command and the health line up, he's going to be a stud moving forward. But is he as big of a stud as the next guy we're going to talk about? He is the exact inverse of him, and that guy is named Nolan McClean. Let's talk about him. We've talked about how nasty he's been this year, but basically, he is nasty east to west, like Jonah Tong is north to south, okay? So he is mostly sweeper, sinker, side to side. Crazy break into a lefty away from a righty on the sweeper, and the literally exact opposite to righties. So, and he's second all time in the first 4 starts as a Met to Nolan Ryan. That is quite the accomplishment. And he throws 6 pitches, which is also very impressive for a young guy. So let's look at these movement profiles. Don't even ignore the fact that he has a positive run value and everything, but his sweeper's still good. It's just been hit the most, if you can say he's been hit at all. So let's look at his sinker or his sweeper here. Has 15.8 inches of glove side run. So it breaks 16 inches to the left at 85 miles an hour. That is filthy. Then you add the sinker that runs 16 inches right. So the separation between these 2 pitches is, you guessed it, just under 32 inches, which is almost 3 feet.
It's a foot massage.
Now it's about 2 feet 8 inches, okay? 2 feet 8 inches side to side is about that much. That is filthy. Jonah Tong, north to south, he is east to west, but they are very, very similar in that way. Now, this guy, though, probably will tend to get less strikeouts than Jonah will, but he will also give up less home runs because everything is moving away from the barrel of the bat, which tends to get you ground balls and soft fly balls. When you use the middle of the plate more, but you're up and down, you tend to get the barrel a little bit more and give up more fly balls, which tend to be home runs in the major leagues. So that's what you can expect with Jonah Tong. So that said, though, these are elite movement profiles. Like they're not just like really good for a young guy. They're not. It's not like, oh well, that could be great. That's great now. Like if he keeps doing that, he's going to be good, and he could be potentially, if he has it all right up here and commands the ball well and stays healthy into the playoffs, he could be an ace. He could be starting game 1 in a playoff series now. Which right now he kind of would be, I think. He might be the guy they give the ball. So they have 2 of these guys. But it's very clear that these 2 guys are aware of what they do well, and they maximize what they do. And I love to see that. Now it's learning on what to throw when. Unfortunately, they have some veteran catchers, and they have a lot of veterans around them to help them learn. So these 3 guys, I think, have had a big impact right out of the gate. They are huge reasons that their teams are having the success that they are having right now. But I also think that this is very easily sustainable, obviously, with health permitting. So the rookies, they're nasty. The numbers play it out. Crazy.